Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm in absolute shock right now. So Amber Heard got absolutely drilled yesterday by Camille. Can we just get a God bless Camille? What a legend. So she literally destroyed Amber yesterday and it was absolutely brilliant to see. So I just want to watch it again because there's so much I want to go over. She literally, I'm still in shock here because she literally destroyed her own case. She lost her mind several times and you can sort of see the anger that Johnny's talking about kind of shining through in this. If I was her lawyers, I'd be face palming like right now about 60 times.
She didn't testify that Mr. Depp grabbed anyone's wrist in Hicksville.
Again, I don't know what Rocky saw. There were a lot of people there that night.
You testified that once you brought Mr. Depp back to your trailer, he trashed it.
What is she doing? Is she okay? Her leg is having a full-on blown spasm right now. It could be pronging out too. Can't control the excitement, innit? There you go. It sort of foreshadows what's about to come here.
Well, we heard from that manager of the Hicksville trailer park, Morgan Knight, on Monday, didn't we?
I'm not quite sure who that guy was or if he had any involvement in this. I know a lot of people have come out of the woodwork to be involved.
So you're accusing Mr. Knight of testifying and committing perjury?
I'm not accusing anyone. I just don't recognize that man.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was upset with Mr. Depp spending time away from him. Isn't that correct?
How would he know? He wasn't there.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was yelling at Mr. Depp.
Again, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things to be involved in the Johnny Depp show, but he wasn't there. He doesn't know. And he certainly doesn't know what happened behind closed doors, like most people.
So you're calling Mr. Knight a liar?
I am saying he wasn't there, and what he testified to doesn't match what I know happened. But I don't fault him. He wasn't there, so how would he know?
He testified.
I don't fault him. He wasn't there, so what are you talking about? What is she saying right now? She's literally just calling everyone fucking liars. Of course he's a liar. He doesn't fit her narrative. Am I surprised? No. You say he lies, but yet you don't fault him because he wasn't there. What does it make it make sense, someone? We are literally witnessing a woman that has lied so many times in this court case. It's not even shocking anymore. The fact that she's got away with absolute shit in the mouth for this long is incredible. I just can't get over what she's just said.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that the trailer wasn't trashed, and that's why you're calling him a liar.
He testified that a light fixture was broken, similar to the way that
yes,
Johnny's
other than a light
employees
fixture,
testified
that was the
to
only
my
thing that was
closet
broken,
being
right?
rearranged and things like that.
The only thing that was broken in the trailer, according to Mr. Knight, was a light fixture. Yes or no?
I realized that he summed it up by saying a light fixture was broken, just the way his security guard summed up him trashing my closet as being rearranged.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to strike everything after he summed it up that it was a light fixture as non-responsive.
Answer the question, Your Honor.
Well, he's delusional. If answering this question is waffling on about clothes racks, then Jesus Christ. I love how that she has to go on these little explanations all the time. Like she's trying to justify things. If you're telling the truth, you don't need to expand on other things that are clearly irrelevant to the topic being discussed right now. So the guy that owned this trailer park at the time testified that only the light fixture was broken in the trailer that Amber and Johnny were staying in. So it just proves that Amber Heard has lied again.
In Hicksville, you were the only one that was jealous that Mr. Depp was spending time from other people. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
That is incorrect.
In Hicksville, you were the one who was upset that Mr. Depp wasn't giving you enough attention.
Incorrect again.
So basically everyone that testified for Johnny is a liar, apparently, according to Amber Heard. Of course, it's so convenient, right? Oh my God. While we're on this topic, though, I want to just direct your attention to these tweets. So the guy that testified on Monday that owned the trailer park, Morgan, has responded to seeing this, and he says in a tweet, Amber just testified under oath that I wasn't there the night they were, laughing face. When Morgan testified, he said that Johnny spent a lot of time with one of his employees that were there. They were playing guitar around the fire or whatnot. Well, basically, she has emerged on Twitter to tell her side. I'm the innkeeper Morgan mentioned. JD invited me to play guitar and chat with him around the fire. Was there the next AM around the sconce, talked also. Diff recollection indeed. Was shocked to see not only AH falsifying, but also Whitney and pals as well. I'm not afraid to tell the truth. Now, she goes on to tell her recollection of events that night, and it gets so interesting. In light of Amber testifying vehemently under oath this morning that Morgan Knight was not even at Hicksville, and therefore I also apparently didn't exist either, allow me to tell you a story from that night. There was another instance of AH's jealousy I experienced at the campfire that Morgan was inside for. JD and I had been playing guitar and chatting for quite some time at the fire. We weren't engaging AH and her friends during this, just each other, really hitting it off. At one point, I kept glancing over and noticing AH sitting silently across the fire and glaring at us, specifically me. She was throwing daggers in my direction, head tilted with an icy expression on her face, just staring at me. This was starting to make me very uncomfortable. I got the feeling she was jealous / upset that JD and I were talking so much and that he was not engaging her and her friends. So after a while of this, I looked over at Amber and cracked a joke to try and break the ice. I playfully said, "Hey Amber, your man is really charming and handsome and all, but don't worry, I'm a full-on lesbian," and laughed. Johnny laughed also and said, "Yeah, Amber, can't you tell? It's obvious," which was absolutely hilarious. Then her expression went from an icy glare to her face immediately breaking into a beaming smile, and she said, "Oh my God, I was a lesbian too before I met Johnny. I was married to a woman for like 5 years." I remember that quote verbatim. I remember thinking, well, you either are a lesbian or you aren't, regardless of what man comes along. It's okay to be bisexual. But I just laughed and said, "That's great, Amber." I remember it unnerving me how quickly her face / behaviour changed in an instant, but I was just glad it broke the tension. She was nicer and more easygoing for a little while after that. Eventually she went back to seeming upset that JD and I were still talking. That really had some perspective, no? Anyway, let's continue.
You told this jury that you had no idea that the press was going to be outside after you got the ex-party TRO on May 27th, 2016. Do you remember that testimony?
I apologize. I must have misunderstood, Ms. Vasquez. I actually had no idea whether they were going to be there or not. When I walked into the courtroom that day, it was completely quiet, still, empty. Even though I had given Johnny's team notice that I was filing a TRO,
Your Honor, this is not
we had no reason to
Move
believe the
strike.
press knew.
And Your Honor, I would also ask that you instruct the witness to please stop talking once I lodge an objection.
Your Honor, she's trying to answer the question as best she can, and Ms. Vasquez is misrepresenting to her what she testified to.
Well, I'll strike the last part as non-responsive.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just if you could just answer the questions asked. Okay, thank you, Ms. Heard.
In fact, you testified that you were, quote, shocked when you saw press when you were leaving the courthouse. Yes?
Yes.
You weren't shocked at all, though, were you?
Incorrect. It was
You knew the press
horrifying.
would be at the courthouse, right, Ms. Heard?
No.
Well, you did bring your publicist to the courthouse with you on May 27th, 2016, didn't you?
I sure did. I'm a public figure. I brought my publicist in case it blew up. In case. And
You actually
I'm
had
glad I did.
alerted TMZ that you would be filing a TRO against Mr. Depp that very
No,
day,
I did
didn't
not.
you?
No, I did
The
not.
one day you didn't bother to wear makeup to cover up the mark on your face.
Oh, God, she's so irritating. What a load of waffle. According to that TMZ employee that testified, Amber Heard was going to leave the court and turn her face to the cameras to show her bruised face. Let's take a look at that clip, shall we?
Johnny give you that bruise on your face? Did Johnny beat you up? Did Johnny brutalize you?
Who moves their head like that? That ain't normal, no. She's absolutely mental. I'm sick and tired of this already. I get why Johnny can't stand to look at her anymore, because I'm really struggling myself.
That information must have come from your team, right, Ms. Heard?
Absolutely not. Why would I want that? What actual survivor of domestic wants that?
Oh, Camille's going in hardcore. What victim of DV wants that? How infuriating. Says the woman that's literally mocking it, yeah? How did TMZ know where to go? This whole facade that she's got going on is literally giving me an anger problem. None of it makes sense from the evidence we've heard and seen. What DV victim want that? You apparently happily showing your face off to the cameras. No effort to hide. Absolutely vile.
I'm
You
sorry.
heard Mr. Tremaine testify that the cabinet video was posted 15 minutes after TMZ received it, yes?
That's what I heard him say.
And that this could only have been possible if the video was received directly from the source, yes?
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible because
And
it
you
didn't
heard
come from me. I was
Mr.
flying.
Tremaine
So
testify.
I know that's incorrect is what I mean to say.
I just know that's incorrect. aka you did it then. Every time she says something is incorrect, you best believe she did it. I have seen enough footage now that this woman thinks it's fucking opposite day every single day of the year, I swear down. It just, things aren't aligning with the stars, okay? It's not making sense. When people are testifying something completely different to what Amber's saying this many times, yeah, it takes 15 minutes for TMZ to put the video on the website and to copyright it if it comes directly from the source. Who recorded that video? She's living in the video as well. How dumb can you be?
Another liar on the stand.
I just know that that's incorrect.
Obviously it came from you. You recorded the video. You're the only person that recorded the video, so you know how it got to TMZ. Do not gas. I'm so sick of hearing gas from this woman. I don't even think she knows what the truth is, to be honest. She's on full-on delusion, mate. She thinks she's living in the Matrix. It's not real. She's been on too much pills, mate. She's been taking too much pills. Her brain's gone. Pills and shrooms at the same time. F***ing Christ. No wonder she's thinks everything's incorrect. She can't even remember half the things. She's probably shocking out about all these testimonies because she can't recall anything. It's all just a little narrative her and a little team have made because she's not been consistent with this whole thing ever. Oh my days. Someone get me a drink.
Do you see that you're testifying that defendant's exhibit 725, which is reflected on the right side, reflects spilled wine on the floor in penthouse 5?
That's correct.
Okay. And defendant's exhibit 512 and 725 seem to be different versions of the same picture, don't they?
That's correct.
Okay. So which is it? Which one was taken on December 15th, 2015, or May 21st, 2016?
If you remove the redacted metadata, you can find out. It's right there.
Or if you're telling the truth, you would know.
Recognize a portion of spilled wine on a floor, and I'm supposed to know off the top of my head when you've
No.
lived through 5 years of this stuff? I don't think so. That's not how that works.
She remembered every small detail. But this one, yeah, looks like the same photo to me. She's falling apart in front of our eyes, guys. The fact these supposed photos where the spill looks identical were took on separate occasions kind of blows my mind, to be honest. Someone make it make sense again. This has to be a fabrication, no doubt. And that's why Amber can't take the heat and is flipping on the metadata. Funny how she keeps mentioning the metadata when it's relevant. Where was the metadata on all the injuries? Non-existent. Kind of tells me she defo tampered with that metadata because she knew this was going to happen. She knows what she's doing, and that's the most irritating part about this whole thing.
When you told this jury under oath that you had no idea that the paparazzi would be at the courthouse on May 27th, 2016, you didn't expect a TMZ employee to show up to testify that TMZ had been alerted that you would be at the courthouse and knew exactly which side of your face to take a picture of, did you?
I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed. I was speaking to that phenomenon. How many people will come out in support of him and will fall to his power? He is a very powerful man, and people love currying favor with powerful men.
Currying
and I know
favor
that
and
firsthand. I've
risking
lived
jail
it.
time for committing perjury?
Excuse me?
What, like yourself? Well, like yourself, Amber, several times. I don't know if you caught that, but she basically admitted to writing the op-ed, which is basically what this suit is about. I don't think she actually meant to spill that. She just went on a little tangent and forgot where she was for a moment. She's done that quite a lot, to be fair. Ah, God, I can't actually keep up with how many times she's been caught in a lie in this whole entire case, dude. But it's pretty embarrassing. And she's still going. Like, the way she's talking to Camille is so rude. She could switch from angry to emotional super fast. Actually quite scary, to be honest.
Didn't expect Ben King, the house manager in Australia, to show up from England. He flew from England to testify that Mr. Depp's fingertip was found exactly where he said it would be. Did you?
I have never heard Johnny testify to knowing where his finger was, or really, frankly, making a claim that he knew where it was when it was found. I've never heard Johnny claim that.
You didn't expect King and Wyatt.
Johnny has never
Ms.
actually
Heard.
said that.
Ms. Heard.
And
I think the
Ben
jury
King,
can.
yes.
Ms. Heard, there's no question pending.
You don't know a lot of things, do you, Amber? Let's be honest here. You claim no one was ever there seeing things, no one witnessed anything. on this didn't even happen as well. I didn't even know. He didn't even know. Simply because Amber cannot admit her mistakes and just wants to be the victim all the time. She's actually mental. It pisses me off, to be honest. So we'll see where this goes. But that was wild. GG. Bravo. Sick. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take care, subscribe for more. I see you in the next ones. In a bit.